All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Makakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. All right, this is your brother Dawada from the Men of Valor campaign, Greenville, South Carolina. Coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth, Lord willing, it could be edifying. And I got some, war news updates. All right, because tensions are rising, all right, around the world. All right, and this is no coincidence. All right, this isn't for no reason. This isn't sporadic. All right, this is all prophecy. And as we have right here, which we're gonna get straight into it, and then bring out these articles. Yahweh Shah spoke of these things, all right, that would be coming to pass, to look out for, all right, when he was about to make his grand return. And it's in different accounts, but I'm gonna read this here in Luke chapter 21. In verse 7, it says, "And they asked him, saying, Master, when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass?" And see, that's the spirit that the prophets and men of the Lord have been in. All right, they hasten into the end of these kingdoms that we were in captivity to, not for the prosperity of these kingdoms. You read Jeremiah 28:8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied against many countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence, right? Hey, same thing with America, Babylon the Great. And during this time right here, when Yahweh Shah was with his disciples, we were basically under servitude to the Romans, right? Who are Edomites. The Romans were ruling over us. We weren't in our sovereignty. So, hey, the spirit that the different prophets, that were in these captivities, the spirit that they was in was when was these prophecies going to come to pass? When were we going to rule again? You can read that throughout the scriptures. So they inquired of him. Verse 8, and he said, "Take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after him. But when ye shall hear wars and commotions, be not terrified. For these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by." So, right now, what we're hearing a lot about is wars and commotions. And I have these articles queued up, right, of different tensions going on. You have Iran with Gaza, Palestine. You have some stuff going on in Syria. You have these tensions rising with Taiwan and Russia, Taiwan and China. You have Ukraine and Russia. All right, and that's like 4 major fronts, 3 or 4 major fronts where things are pretty much intensifying. And we know ultimately World War III is going to be brought down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat, the valley of the Lord's decision. All right, and the Lord's going to allow World War III to pop off there. And the latter end of World War III is going to be thermonuclear destruction when the nations of the earth shoot their missiles, mainly here on America, Babylon the Great, and also cleansing our land, all right, the land of Israel. All right, but it says, when you shall hear of wars and commotions, in Matthew 24, it speaks about wars and rumors of wars. All right, and that's what we're hearing. North Korea is always talking about bombing and destroying the United States. Over there in Iran and those Middle Eastern countries, they always scream death to America. Russia is speaking about destroying America. China wants to overtake America. All right, that's the sentiment that's being pushed forth. They're only going to be peaceful so long. All right, at this point, countries like Russia and China and whatnot, see, they've created this BRICS, and they're trying to do away with dealing with America's currency. And no company or no kingdom comes into power peacefully. All right. It's very rare that happens, but by war does it happen. See, where the Lord has these nations deceived is they're deceived. Like I said, Psalms chapter 2, why did the heathen rage and the people imagine the vain thing? The vain thing that they believe is that they're going to come into power next. All right, they believe that they're going to be the next ones to rule, and that's just not so. All right, the kingdom of Israel is going to be the next to rule, man. All right, but nobody's accounting for that. All right. But it says, verse 9 again, "But when you shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by," right? Because, you see the Lord told us to be not terrified, and it says what? The end is not by and by. The end is not yet. All right, that doesn't mean, just because when we bring out these articles doesn't mean that World War III and the missiles going to drop like tomorrow. No, there's still things that have to come to pass. All right, but these are major signs that Yahweh Shah told us about to be looking for. All right, and that requires you to be out there watching. Stand upon your watch. Stand upon your watchtower. And we do that now by way of being on the internet. You know, we bring out articles, bring out videos, information, right, and we filter it through the scriptures. That's how we're able to measure what times we're in. It says, verse 10, then he said unto me, nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And we see that. Like I mentioned before, right now, the major fronts, you have Iran and Israel, you know, as well as Israel and Palestine. You have Ukraine, Russia, all right, which Russia is really just fighting NATO and the United States. You have Taiwan and China, right? You also have North Korea and South Korea, you know. So you have nations rising against nations and kingdom against kingdoms. It says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. All right, so the Lord, these were the things that the Lord told us about. You know, there's other prophecies, you know, that we would be on the lookout for to know what time we're in. But, you know, I wanted to bring that out. Let's get into some of these articles. We got War News 24/7. You know, it's in the Greek. Got to translate it to English. Right. So right here, you know, which I haven't looked too much into it, but, you know, it's the scriptures speak about, you know, Turkey basically becoming allies with Russia. You know, and now they're trying to join BRICS. All right, they're gonna end. Hey, they might end up leaving NATO, man. You know, they're definitely not in allegiance with what America has going on right now. They're siding more with Russia. All right, so that's something to look into. But I wanted to go here, all right, because this was yesterday. You have let's wait for it to pull up. It says, to engage Hezbollah, Israel urgently calls up 25,000 reservists. Launched operation in Gaza, killed Islamic Jihad commander. Right? It says Israel is headed for a general conflict with the Islamic organization and Hezbollah as it launched Operation Breaking Down in Gaza, killing the senior official of the Islamic Jihad organization, Taser al-Jabari, along with two other officials, Salama Abed and Muhammad al-Boyuk. Islamic Jihad in the first announcement threatened to fight to the end. You know, and what they ended up doing was, over the day or whatever, they were sending rockets back and forth, you know. So you have this going on. All right, them sending these rockets and whatnot back and forth. All right, but another major thing, which is not being covered. Let's see. It says multiplying fronts. All right, hey, United States is damn near in every conflict. That's the one common denominator. All right, and see, that's going to be to its demise. But right here it says multiplying fronts. Russians bombed U.S. forces in Syria. Iranian Shia sympathizers seize Azeri embassy, tanks on the border. You know, and you can read into that. You know, I'm just reading the headlines right here for that one. I want to see some more information come out on that. All right, you know, this is a trusted source, but you know, it's good when you do see those mainstream media sites, you know, speak on it as well. You know, it's official. All right, not that we just trust what they say, but you know, it's more of a developing issue, right? And you know, got a bunch of stuff going on. But the other thing I wanted to get right here, I see you have CNN reporting on this. It says Taiwan says multiple Chinese aircraft and vessels spotted a possible simulated attack. And Taiwan has been accusing Russia, or not Russia, Slovakia, have been accusing China basically simulating an invasion right off their coast. Because right when Nancy Pelosi left, they sent like a bunch of ballistic missiles just like within 12 miles of Taiwan, right? It says Chinese military helicopters fly past Pingtan Island, which lies between the Chinese mainland and Taiwan, on August 4th ahead of military drills in the Taiwan Strait. Hector Retamo, AFP, Getty Images. Chinese military helicopters fly past Pingtan Island, which lies between the Chinese mainland and Taiwan, on August 4th, which it just said the same thing twice. So like, it says Taiwan says it's detected multiple Chinese aircraft and naval vessels taking part in military drills around the Taiwan Strait on Saturday, in which could be a possible simulated attack against the island. Taiwan's defense ministry said some of the aircraft and vessels had crossed the sensitive median line in the Taiwan Strait that separates the island from the Chinese mainland. Our military has broadcast warnings, deployed combat air patrol and naval vessels are in activated land-based missile systems in response to the situation, said the ministry. By 5 p.m. in Taiwan, 14 vessels and 20 planes operated by Chinese military had been detected around the strait, according to the statement from the ministry. Of the 20 aircraft, 14 crossed the median line and added. So China, man, they're on the move, man. All right, they're strategically picking when they're gonna decide to invade. Hey, I could say it's quite possible that an invasion is coming very soon, man, of China and Taiwan, and we see that Taiwan is being openly backed by the United States. All right, so that's a whole nother front concerning these global tensions going on, man. That's on the rise. All right. And this is what we've been commanded to watch. As Yahushua spoke about, nation rising against nation, kingdom against kingdom, wars and commotions. Hearing of these wars and commotions, that just proves that we're in these times, man. Hey, the Lord is preparing war. As it says in Revelations, behold, the second woe is past. Behold, the third woe cometh quickly, man. We see that it's being brought forth, swiftly. So we know the chip got to be around the corner. The CHIP, Salakia. It's got to be close. All right, so I just want to touch on these articles, man. But hey, these global tensions are rising, man. All right, so as always, we're going to watch as well as pray. All right, Lord willing, it was edifying. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who, peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.